That said, for years, Americans have been told a simple formula for success. Work hard, get an education, and opportunities will follow. But for a growing number of workers, especially younger Americans, that promise feels increasingly detached from reality. Imagine being told your entire life that college is the path to opportunity, only to graduate into a labor market where nearly half of degree holders are working jobs that don't require those degrees. A recent CBS News report highlighted the struggles facing young job seekers entering today's labor market. The unemployment rate for young workers is roughly double the national average, and around 40% of employed college graduates are working in jobs that don't actually require a college degree. Columbia Business School economist Laura Veldkamp put it bluntly, saying that people trying to find jobs for the first time are experiencing, quote, the hardest time they've had in years. And while politicians and business leaders point to headline job growth numbers as proof that the economy is healthy, those statistics often mask a much uglier reality. The Times of India recently examined what it called America's mid-career stall, a phenomenon affecting millions of workers who find themselves trapped in jobs with little opportunity for advancement, higher wages, or long-term stability. Even after the post-pandemic hiring boom, many workers are discovering that simply staying employed is no guarantee of economic mobility. The traditional pathway from entry-level work to a secure middle-class life is becoming increasingly difficult to navigate. And what's particularly striking is that these problems are unfolding at the same time that many economists are claiming the labor market's improving. Job openings have risen, payroll growth has exceeded expectations, and unemployment remains relatively low by historical standards. Yet workers continue reporting intense frustration with the hiring process and a growing sense that opportunities are shrinking rather than expanding. And part of the disconnect may be that not everyone's benefiting equally from whatever recovery is taking place. Fast Company reports that recent job gains have disproportionately gone to men, while women have continued leaving the workforce. According to analysis from the National Women's Law Center, women accounted for a net loss of jobs in May, even as overall employment increased. The result is a labor market that may be recovering on paper while leaving significant portions of the workforce behind. So these stories paint a picture of an economy that looks strong from 30,000 feet, but feels very different on the ground. Young workers can't get their foot in the door. Mid-career workers are struggling to move up. Women are falling behind in the latest hiring gains. And millions of Americans are discovering that hard work alone is no longer enough to guarantee economic progress. For labor advocates, this should serve as a reminder that low unemployment rates and stock market gains are not measures of worker prosperity. The real question isn't whether jobs exist. It's whether those jobs provide security, advancement, dignity, and a future worth building toward. For too many workers in 2026, the answer appears to be no.